Okay,
Okay.
so this is one of my clients, Keesha, and she has been working with me coaching for about 3 to 4 months now, and her life has dramatically changed. And I wanted you to hear in her own words kind of where, what, first of all, why you reached out for help in the beginning, and where you started and where you are now. So I will let you take it away.
Great. Thank you, Stephanie. I'm so excited that you gave me this opportunity to share my story. Yeah, you're right. It's been since January. Now it's July, and my life has kind of gone in a direction that you wanted it to go to, but didn't quite know how to get there yourself. I've been kind of, strolling along trying to be a personal chef and just picking up a client here or there, but kind of trepidatious about it and not sure exactly how to build the business that I wanted or deserved. So I was like, you know what, let me reach out. So we had a phone call, a consultation, and we immediately clicked. She knew exactly what I wanted, knew how to get there, and kind of heard the trepidation in my voice about this business. And
Hmm.
I think pretty much anybody who's started a personal chef business has heard, oh, who will pay for that? Nobody will pay for that. No, you hear so much negative talk, eventually start to believe it. And that's why I loved working with Stephanie. She gave you that confidence to say, people out there are doing this, and you can too. So literally, I was working as a pastry chef, waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and after a while, you don't have that energy to give to yourself. But sure enough, I said, no, this is not the life I want to live. I want a business for myself, and just kind of taking the words that and advice and the mentoring that Stephanie gave. I left my job in April, and I pretty much have 3 steady clients. And actually, tomorrow I'm about to start as a corporate chef for a company on Park Avenue in New York. So
Yeah.
moving up to the to the east side. So I
Yes.
always have the little small wins every time we have a coaching call. I'm like, oh, what good news can I tell? And it kind of gives you that motivation just to keep trying. And you may not, every client that you go after, you may not get, but you build that confidence to understand your pricing structure and who you are as a business. So it does take time, but you do really see results when working with Stephanie.
Thank you. So let's just review because this is so important. I always think of this. You were waking up at 4 in the morning,
Yes.
going to a pastry job. I mean, you liked it, but you didn't. I mean, it was okay. And how much were you making an hour there?
I think I was around 15 an
Okay.
hour.
So that's even considered a lot for
Right, for
the industry,
the industry.
but it was just not enough for you to live on and you weren't happy.
Right, so now pretty much making almost 3 times that in a shorter amount of time. So your lifestyle has dramatically changed. You have time to see your friends and your family, and you just have your life back a little bit, and you can do what you love, cooking, and also having that personal touch with your clients. And you can say, hey, these are my clients, I'm servicing them, and
Right.
it gives you that sense of pride. And sometimes when you do work in the restaurant industry, it is hard. You're on your feet for 12 hours a day, and being a personal chef is not easy. It has its own challenges, but those are the challenges that personally you can deal with.
Okay. And then how does it feel differently having your own business and knowing that you get to decide who your clients are, how much income you're going to make? What's the difference between now and what you felt before?
It's a little bit liberating. It's it's easier in a way to say that this is what you're making when you're working for somebody else. You're making, say, whatever, $600 a week is steady. But to take that leap of faith in the beginning, it's not going to be stable, steady and stable. So would recommend, try to save up something for those little hiccups. But then to know that once you are on that steady path, it's a good steady path.
Right.
And you actually have some kind of control in what your schedule is. And so that's the benefit of it. So that's why I enjoy it. Then you get to pick the people that you work with, and you do see them enjoying the food that you put out, and the relationships that you do build as well beyond food. So you get to learn more about your clients and like we're human beings at the end of the day too. I think that's the personal aspect of being a personal chef that you do tend to lose when you're in a restaurant. You're in the back. You sometimes you don't even see the customers. You don't hear the, oh my God, this is, the greatest
Right.
meal, or we appreciate the small things that you do. So that sense of satisfaction that you do get is great.
Good. You mentioned leap of faith, and a lot of people who were in your exact position, or I was in that position too, like you have to get that leap of faith and just want to do this more than you want to stay where you are. So what would you say in like one or two lines to somebody who is on the edge, ready to get out of that job, whether it's, a line cook, a pastry, an office job, whatever it is, and they want to be a personal chef and have their business more than anything? What little tidbit could you give them to kind of help them out?
Like push them off the edge.
Yeah,
Like somebody
exactly.
catch you.
That's the best
To
thing.
have a plan.
Okay.
To really have a plan, so you can feel that when you do jump out there, you do have something to roll into. To quit your job, then to have nothing else lined up is very, tricky. A lot that mental space, that freedom. So whatever you need to do, if you need to go on a vacation, take some even time off if possible from your day job to work to start this business, because there's a lot of groundwork that you need to do,
Right.
To go. So when I left my job, I had something else immediately lined up. So it's easy to say goodbye and just, transition, into the being a personal chef.
Okay.
So exactly. So you have to let go to, get something else.
Okay. And did you believe this was possible for you either before we started talking or in the beginning when we started talking? What were you thinking in your mind?
In my mind, I think it was exactly that, how to have that leap of faith. I think that's what other coaches don't really push, is knowing that, it's not there's a slight funnel, there is a method to, but realizing that we are individuals as well. And why haven't we done this, before reaching out to a coach? We're all great cooks, but yet it is a business. I think that's kind of the part that we tend to miss. Like, how do you actually get those clients? What little steps can we do in order to get where we want to go? And I think at times when doing it, for me, when doing it by yourself, you're kind of just pushing little things here and there and just praying that something kind of works. But to have somebody who's been through it,
Right.
Numerous times and has developed a system that's worked, that one thing has helped. And also helping people gain the confidence is also key. And I think that's one tremendous thing, is just gaining that confidence, because when you have that, the comfortability, knowing how much you can charge, how much you're worth, you're able to talk to people and say yes or no to certain clients in certain situations. I think that's what comes if you don't receive coaching. You just kind of go into any situation and not really knowing what to expect.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So just to review, tomorrow you are starting a corporate gig at a design firm, cooking in-house for them.
Correct.
Tell us a tiny bit about that, and then you have 3 other regular clients.
Right. So tomorrow's the corporate chef gig for a design firm. So they wanted healthier meals for their staff of 12, buffet style.
Okay.
So thinking about gorgeous kale salads and quinoa salads and a nice protein on the side and a dessert. So that was kind of perfect. I was like, yes, I can, do this. We negotiated, a price for it and everything. So just feeling comfortable with what the outcome is. Everybody was friendly. I also have another steady client also that lives in Brooklyn, New York. He's a vegan, gluten-free person. So kind of have the niche of healthier, style of cooking that helped me attract, clients. And I also have another client that I cook, dinners for as well, an older couple that lives on the Upper East Side. So more of the affluence and of this, spectrum. So it's pretty good that you do feel comfortable going to people's homes and, delivering a service that they need and that they know that they need this service as well.
Right.
different than just ordering something from, a restaurant down the block. But they just know that the quality of the person that's going into their home will be there on time and know exactly what they want without them really saying anything.
Excellent. And you mentioned earlier you're making about 3 times what you were making before.
Right.
So how has that changed your life, like just in daily terms? Do you feel like more like freeing, like you can do the little things? Like how has that little bit
I
changed
know
your life?
it's funny going through that transition. You're like, oh man, you're like, wow. It's like I'm working for 2 hours, and I will have to work all day before
Right.
to make that money. So now you have more time. If you're a workaholic, you can get more clients, or so you can kind of build from there, or just learn or work somewhere else and learn more techniques in the culinary world. So it's kind of it gave me the freedom to say yes or no. Before I
Mm-hmm.
felt like this somebody else's company relied on me, and it's not my business. So now it's my business. Now I really do feel the ownership of it.
Great. Excellent. Thank you so much, Keesha. Keesha
Thank
is
you.
a model client. She comes prepared. She thinks like qualitatively and amazingly about everything we do and every exercise I give her and every research that she's done. She's just so on the ball. It's been an honor to have you as a client. And
Thank you.
I know that your story will help others because people just don't think it's possible for them. And it's easy for me to say it, but to hear it from you where you were 3, 4, 5 months ago, it's amazing. So
So
my
it is
hat's off to you.
possible.
It is
Thank
possible.
you.
Okay, awesome. And I will talk to you soon. Thank
Okay,
you.
great.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye.